Celestial salutations. It's me, PRISM, and welcome back to another episode, the final episode of Shine or Decline. Before PRISM jumps into the video, I'm here with a couple of disclaimers. Firstly, this series is in no affiliation with RuPaul's Drag Race. It is simply for fashion and for fun. Secondly, I'm definitely a crafty queen and prefer to use hot glue, foam, and yes, Beverly Hills staples. So here we're going to be focusing on the overall vision of the look, how it fits the theme and the queen's aesthetic, and the styling from head to toe. Thirdly, this is meant to be a positive series focusing on the queen's imaginations and enjoying the show, with a couple of PRISM's quirks thrown in. So if you have any really hateful comments to share, please fuck off. Finally, remember to subscribe and like the video, as well as comment down below on who you thought was the best on the runway this week. That's it from me, so I'm going to throw back to PRISM for Shine or Decline. Light on! This week is the grand final, the final episode of Down Under Season 3. And essentially the girls have reached the top, the very peak of the summit. And now it is down to them on who can stab their flag first. The final challenge the girls had to participate in was a remix of RuPaul's track Crying on the Dance Floor. The girls had to take maybe a touch more of a serious approach, as this disco track really did have some stems. I always like the pop group challenges, and I think that it's a good idea to suggest that they do maybe a more serious approach, as we've already seen 2 other pop girl group style numbers in this season. Personally, I do like these challenges because it really does encapsulate a lot of aspects of drag and branding. The runway theme, as usual for a grand finale, was Eleganza, Extravaganza, and the girls definitely brought it. But I will be going over the performance looks as well, like I did with the first episode. And because I didn't really want to critique 80s aerobics wear outfits. So, let's take a look at the challenge. First up is Floor. Now, she's gone for a purple and holographic motif. This is very cool. It's a classic boned leotard we've seen as become a bit of a staple in drag costuming. But this is really detailed, really gorgeous. I would absolutely wear this in rainbow. All of the protruding amethyst crystals that come out really add both a texture and an interest to the eye. You don't normally see that, especially for a dance outfit. Don't really need things protruding out of you. Yeah, I'll keep that in. I love the addition of a little bit of ostrich feather on the arms. It really plays and really ties into Floor, but just kind of gives a new age look to her. Maybe I would have loved to have seen some purple hair with this. I'm not sure if just a short brunette bob was what was needed for this final challenge, just to really push the look into that superstar drag aspect. I like the earring choice and the necklace choice, and the shoe looks appropriate to dance in. I really love this. This is absolutely gorgeous. I give Floor a divine. Next up is Isis Avis Loren. She's opted for a really all matte black with this huge crystalline in the shape of a geode or maybe a nebula of sorts. It's really gorgeous and very structural with the shoulders, little pieces around the hip, and her body looks incredible. She really does know how to shape with padding. I like that it's extended into a glove. That really creates a decadence to the look. And I like that there's been attention to detail on the boots as well, adding in that same shape that's referenced. One issue I do have, and I bet you'll know what it is, she's wearing a flat human hair. I know it's a dance number, but Alyssa Edwards has been throwing synthetic around for years, before you girls were even born. It's a lovely unit, but we have seen it before. I believe she does have 2, as this one is rooted, but not yet. The crystal detailing going into the fingertips, the tips of the toes, and just lightly smattered through all of the arms really just pulls this entire look together. I do wish maybe the hair was a bit more exciting in the sense of maybe a color or just a touch more of an edgy style, but it does look very nice with it, and the outfit itself is extraordinarily exquisite. I give Isis a divine. Last up is Gabriella Labucci. Now, she really stands out immediately, which is usually a clever thing to do in a final challenge like this. You want eyes directly on you, and my eyes, even though Floor's and Isis's were so, like, gorgeous, Gabriella's being a touch pared down in comparison, but such an intense color palette. Immediately the eye goes to Gabby. I love this hair color on her. I do wish that maybe there was a touch more of attention in the front with some styling and just softening, but I really enjoy this color combination in general. It's like a play on orange and blue as complementary, but really taking out like a pastel and neon approach. It's very cool for Gabby again. I like the choice of a shoe cover as well. She's in a comfortable block to dance in, and the color match is just so close. Not just there, but really still in the color palette. I like the addition of just, oh, it kind of hold up. Okay, the shoe matches the earrings, as the earrings take a bit more of a teal turn as opposed to the soft robin egg blue of her hair. And I think it all works. Once again, maybe just a couple of nuances, like a bit of shoulder could have just really pulled this into a bit more of an exciting drag look. But she looks together, she looks gorge, and like I said, my eyes went straight to Gabby. I give Gabriella a shine. Let's get onto the runway. First to the runway is Floor. Okay, immediately the color is so different and so striking for Floor. It's really one that we haven't seen featured on the runway that I can remember. It's such a unique puce, and it's got a metallicness to it, which I feel maybe gets a little bit muddled with how she's styled it with the feathering and the call to her culture. I feel like if this gown were maybe a dark blue, similar to the top feathers of her headpiece, still would have been really striking. I just think the color choice is a little bit wild, as once again, we really didn't see anything like this color featured in any of her looks, or any that I can remember on Drag Race. It really is, though, smart in a sense then to choose something that you definitely know someone else wouldn't choose. I would not choose this. I think the headpiece is nice. I wish there were maybe just one more pack of feathers in it just to really create that voluminous fall on both sides. I once again maybe think that there could have been a bit more feathering around the collar area. And I believe she's wearing a breastplate as well, which we haven't necessarily seen too featured from Floor. But with the cut of the bustier and how the bodice really comes right up, I feel like maybe it's sitting a bit too high, especially with all of the excess feathering. Maybe one or the other, or if the feathers had have been on the above part of the collar, just to pull it up. But once again, a long human hair at the back, whereas maybe something rolled similar to her talent show hair underneath would have just taken this to, once again, a more grandeur standing. It's still a unique and fabulous outfit, and I think definitely a triumph for Floor. I think a feature point are actually the earrings. I think the earrings are really gorgeous. And I wish maybe there had have been another large bracelet or similar style on the wrist, just to kind of matchy. I am a little bit lost on this look. It is fabulous, but it really hasn't hit that extravaganza mark as much as I feel she could have, with just a couple of different choices in both the colouring and some of the positions of the feathers. I give Floor a shine. Next to the runway is Gabriella Labucci. Now she has, I think, decided to wear all green. This is elevated. This is great. And I liked what she said about being the best Oz has to offer. And there's like a mesh in there of a reference of the Wizard of Oz. But this stands alone. This is a gorgeous look for Gabby. I think this is quite a unique cut. We haven't necessarily seen something like this. And I think it's kind of a play on like a large ruffled coat. The leg split is cut well and her leg looks real good, girl. And I think that the bellowing and the amount of fabric is just the right amount. It doesn't feel like she's swallowed in it and she can still create a lot of movement. I really like the detailing on the sleeves. I do love the fabric used to create the base dress. I do wish that maybe the belt was made out of the same fabric as the dress. That way it kind of would blend a little better as we can see the belt, or if the belt buckle was a little bit more featured and was like a large G, because it would definitely read camp but still glamorous. I think that the hair's really great on Gabby. It's a fantastic size. I think it's well sculpted and completely stayed together during the lip sync. Absolute must for an updo. Where I think Gabby maybe could have just edged this a little bit more is in the jewelry. I think that the choice of just a smaller earring, a drop necklace, and 2 cuffs was a little misled. I would have loved to have seen 2 large, really gorgeous green dangling earrings, no necklace and a bit of sparkle, and maybe a large ring instead, since she's already got a lot going up on the sleeving area. Creating the cuffs really cuts off her arms a bit. So I just would have liked a couple of different pieces of jewelry. But this is such a striking look, and Gabriella has really shown the growth that she originally wanted to display, which I think is really cute, actually. I've really grown to love Gabby through this season, and by the end, I was Team Gabby for the win. I give Gabriella Labucci a divine. Last to the runway is Isis Avis Loren. Oh! 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 Yeah. Wow, mama. Woo! Woo! Wow. Woof. Yeah, I didn't like it. No. This is absolutely exceptional. This is absolutely gorgeous. I want this. I said, make me this. Make me this in rainbow, please. Firstly, the color palette is so soft, but in the same way intense. Using this dazzling champagne fabric with this reflective mauve fabric as the draping gown, and then paired with the dark mauve lipstick, this color palette is absolutely gorgeous. She's got a nude shoe on. Oh, this. Oh my God, the way the gloves lightly wrinkle to match all of the pleating around the cut skirt. I love the choice of earring with this, how it's just this dangling drop of diamonds. Hair color choice is really fabulous, and just me being a wig stylist and being picky, I feel like maybe the entire thing just could have gone like and just been lifted up a little bit at the back just to create that real elegance and that real stature and that full goddess look that she keeps going on about. I still think the style is really interesting and intricate. I just wish it would have been tilted up more. I love the lining on the bodice, how it creates a point at the very top, leading in to how gorgeous Isis's décolletage is. I'm a décolletage girl, so I get it. Really beautiful look and a fantastic way to finish off the season. I give Isis a divine. That's all 3 queens. Make sure you check out RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under Season 3 to watch the finale and find out which of our 3 queens took home the crown. Make sure that you like the video and comment below on whose team you were on and who was the best on the runway this week. Oh, and before you go, remember to subscribe so you don't miss any more content coming up from me. PRISM. Thank you for watching Shine or Decline. It's been fun. My name's PRISM, and for now, What's this 3 sides? Please. I understand. Just be nice. Lights out.